Welcome to another pro bike, and this is Geoff Gulevich's Rocky Mountain Slayer. Right, a little bit of information about Geoff Gulevich if you don't know him. He's an all-mountain rider, adventure rider. He's all over the world. He used to compete in slopestyle and dirt jump back in the day. But I'm going to start off with his frame. This is the Rocky Mountain Slayer. It's 170mm of travel, all mountain bike, full carbon triangle, front and rear. Right, moving on to the drivetrain. I'm going to start off with these pedals. These are the Shimano XT SPD pedals. So he's clipped in for those descents. So his feet are clipped in and not going to move around and bounce off in those huge descents. Moving on to the crank arms. These are the Shimano XT at 170mm. This bike, there's a 1x11. And then that front sprocket is a 30 tooth. So I guess that's for all those huge climbs he's going to be doing out there. Right, and to change those gears smoothly, he's running a Shimano XTR long cage derailleur right here. Right, the wheel build on this bike to keep them rolling out there on the trail. This is a Ringlé Charger Expert, and that's built onto an SRX 148 hub. And then the rubber on this to give them all that grip out there is a Maxxis High Roller 2 3C ply. So that's 3 different compounds of rubber that make this tire. Right, moving on to the braking power of this bike is Shimano Saint 4-pop brake, and it's a 180mm rotor on the rear. Wheel build, much like the rear, it's a Ringlé Charger Expert, built onto the same hub, that's the SRX hub. And then the rubber, different this time, it's a Maxxis Minion DHF Super Tacky. The forks where it takes all that punishment on out there on the trails. These are the Manitou Mattoc Pros. 170mm of travel. Settings, I'm not too sure, so I'm gonna have to ask him. Right, moving on to the saddle where he spends a lot of time climbing those huge mountains out there in the world. It's an Ergon SME 3S saddle, and that's strapped to this Manitou jack dropper, and that's 150mm. Right, moving up to the cockpit where he keeps this bike under control out there on the trail. I'm going to start off with the grips. These are the Ergon GA2 grips. I love the color. Moving on to the brakes. These are the Shimano Saint levers, front and rear, and then you've got a Shimano XT shifter right there. Then you've got the nice Manitou jack dropper post lever just there. Moving on to the bars. These are the Answer 1080s. Width, don't know, question I'm going to have to ask him. But the stem, this is a 30mm stem, and this is the Answer Atac stem. Okay, weight spec of this full bike comes in at 28.5 pounds, which is 12.9 kilos. That is light for a 170mm travel bike. Right, enough of me talking about your bike, Geoff. I got a few. Oh,
forgot your beer.
Oh, I did forget my beer. Cheers. Cheers. I got a few questions for you. First off, bar width. People would like to know your bar width.
Well, I'm running the 810 bar uncut, so 810. I don't know what that translates to in inches, but it's pretty darn wide.
It's pretty wide, yeah. Okay, next question. Tire pressure, front and rear.
Well, if I'm riding bike park like here, I'll generally stick to around the 32 PSI range.
Okay.
If I'm on actual trail, then I'll probably lower it to about 28 in the rear and probably around the same in the front.
Right, moving on to the frame. What size frame is this?
I'm running the large Slayer here.
Wicked. And you said, so you've got the Slayer here, so how come you chose this one over the Altitude?
Well, I prefer the Slayer because it has a little more travel than the Altitude. It's a little better for bigger hits that I like to do, going faster.
Nice, yeah.
And it's just my type of bike.
Exactly, more of aggressive riding. So talk about aggressive riding. So you've got Shimano Saint.
I do. I prefer the Saint brakes over the XT or the XTR because they have a little more power.
Yeah.
And just when you're at higher speeds, just gives you that little extra bit of confidence.
So you went for the Shimano XT drivetrain, yeah. So you didn't go for the Saint all round?
No, I prefer the 11 speed just for riding on the shore and steep climbs. Just you need that extra gearing just to get up there and feel comfortable.
Yeah, and I guess it's a little bit lighter as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then the front forks, you got the Manitou Mattocs.
I do.
Pros. So settings on this, do you have them super stiff? I know you used to do all the slope style courses and dirt jumping. So is that super stiff or is that all changed out now?
It's a little more supple now for trail riding and downhill. It's still definitely quite stiffer than your average fork, just for bigger hits and higher speeds.
Wicked. All right, Geoff, thank you so much for showing off your bike and giving us the inside of your full bike setup on your Rocky Mountain Slayer. If you want to know what downhill versus enduro is all about, click just down here. And if you want to set up your suspension correctly, click over here. Don't forget, click this rad little globe right here and you won't miss another video.
If you like this bike, give it a good old thumbs up.
Definitely.